Starting up, yeah, starting all over again. We're gonna have to do jazz hands all over again. Here they go, jazz hands for me. Walter's doing jazz hands. Harrison is doing his protest jazz hands that we didn't see. Whatever. We are back once again. This is episode 297B. 297B, talking Kydex with Harry's holsters, part 2. Starting all over again. Man, that was insane. So we're live, episode 297. Harrison from Harry's Holsters is here. Walter from Safety Harbor is here. All you guys are here. Thanks to everyone for coming back. It's totally been going on here in the last couple of minutes behind the scenes. So my apologies first off for having to restart the show all over again. All over again. But we're here. We're here. We'll do it. We'll do 2 hours. We'll get it in if you guys don't mind. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. I know, Walter. I know. I'll give you a nice Christmas bonus this year. 1,000 times what I already pay you, which is nothing.
Special case is Russian hackers.
Yes. Actually, so let me just start with saying that what happened was before we started the show, there was something going on with my modem. As you guys know, like I pay for this whole place just so I could have internet. Got a modem here, and it wasn't working right. So I restarted the whole modem, restarted my computer, and tried to get it going here, but it was really bad. So they can't fix it. They're going to have to come out and fix it. So we're right now running off of Lola has a hotspot, and that's what we're running off of right now. How's the signal coming over to you guys?
Better. Good.
Better. Good. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Shout out to everyone who's back with us. Thanks a lot for you guys sticking in there with us. Hopefully we'll get some more people in here. What can I do? What can I do? This is just how it goes sometimes in the world of doing live. What can I say?
Modern technology.
Yes, absolutely. This is probably a good time to remind everyone to subscribe. But not only subscribe, ring the bell. Ring the bell. That's the only way to let everyone out there know that we're here. Thanks to everyone who's already done that. Thank you to everyone who's going to do it.
Right now.
So,
right.
Yep, there you go. It's Tuesday. It's cold outside. What were you guys talking about when we were off, when I was off?
We started talking a little bit about Kydex colors. We talked about 1903s.
Yeah, we were talking and didn't even realize we were off air. So
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I thought I was gonna like try to sign into the thing, but I guess once they just totally kicked me out, then it was all over. But we are back. We are back, and we're gonna be giving away stuff. So we've got Harrison from Harry's Holsters here. We're gonna give away stuff. Walter, I don't know if you're planning on giving away anything.
There's more stuff here. I mean,
Yeah. So okay. So we can do that. Harry, you realize I don't know. I know you've been busy building holsters, but we are giving away stuff every day we're on in December.
All right.
So did you post something today?
I honestly haven't been on. I think I might have made a post early this morning.
Okay, on social media.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you're going to have to post something now. How about that? I'll tell you why. Because whatever we give away, Lola's putting together something to give away. And since we do have you on, I'm going to show. Can you take a picture of the screen here? I'll lock me in right there. If you take a picture of the screen right there, maybe we can post this up. I don't know. What's your favorite social media that you want to use?
Instagram, 100%.
Okay, so can you take a screen capture or a picture or something of this?
What I could do is just email you a photo, or text you a legit photo, like that my photographer took.
We are too ghetto for that.
We need more organization on this.
Well, all you need to do is just post up something, and we're going to get people to go over to your thing.
Yeah,
that's it.
They'll go over there and show you some love.
Yeah. That's all you got to do.
Wait.
Do you have a phone?
Yes, I'm trying to. For a younger person, my technology ability is very.
This is not going well. This is not going. We'll figure something out. How about that? We'll figure something out. We'll work it out. We'll do something. We'll figure out something. Maybe we won't. Maybe we won't even do an Instagram thing since Harry's not ready for that. I'll tell you what. Here's what we'll do, Walter.
Yes.
We'll give whatever we're giving away to these awesome people who are actually watching the show with us right now and hanging out here in the chat with us. We will give something away.
After the technical difficulties?
Yes, after the technical difficulties. I think it was the Clintons trying to bring us down.
They're just jealous. Yeah. We got a bigger audience than they do.
Yeah, there's a lot of Huh?
Go ahead. The reports from their speaking tour is they can't fill a space up very well. So.
Okay.
A friend of mine sent me this one of these little Facebook things where they take the image and they mess with it, and they added voices to it, and it shows them all sitting at Bush Senior's funeral, and it shows what like Bill was like, "Hey Donald, wave to me. Hey Donald, wave to me." And Hillary's like, "Bill, don't talk to him." Bill, like, just funny stuff.
Did you see? If you kind of look at it, Bill is kind of glancing over, checking out Milena as she comes in too. It's like, hey, this is looking. Oh yeah, I like this.
It had some stuff about that. It had Michelle Obama leaning over, and Bill was sitting there going, "Back it on up, honey. Back it on up." Just
yeah. Well, hey, it's not too early for that, is it? It's not too early, not at all. You know what? Let me go through and shout out everyone that's here in the chat with us. So Imposter, he was the first one to come back in. Then John O'Neill. Then boob sweat leads to pearl necklaces. Vanessa Kitty, the Archangel, Brian Quick, Armored Axes, Weston Probst. Let's see who else we got. David Serpa, Ridge Runner, Richard Rasnick as well. What's that?
Is Big Dick Willie still in there?
I don't know. He's probably back in here. I see the Pants. I see Kiaski, Husey. Let's see. Screaming Skull Saloon, Rondell Stewart, Cyrus 308. He says, Cyrus 308 says, Hank, did you spill plum wine on your damn modem or what? The modem is safe. I've been here working all day. I'm telling you, I swear, Walter. I've been here working all day, uploading, downloading things, doing all the crazy stuff I usually do. And this thing decides to what's a good word for shit the bed? Shit the bed?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. It decided to go out on me here at the last minute. It's just totally ridiculous. Really, 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 really crazy. And I was working on a Safety Harbor video, by the way.
AK1?
No, I was working on the Stryborg adapter that you have.
Yeah, both have come done. Yeah,
I was working on that video, and I finished it, and I realized that something was wrong because I was trying to upload that video, and it's not a long video. It's like 5 minutes.
It's not going because you're.
Yeah, I was uploading it for like 10 minutes, and it only moved like 0.5%. I was like, oh, this is not good.
Not good, yeah.
So I went into panic mode because I was like, oh, man, it's after 6 o'clock. I need to start getting ready for the show.
Right.
Yeah, it was really crazy. Lola wasn't here.
Did you run a speed test to see what?
A speed test?
Yeah.
When I ran a speed test, my my upload, which is the really important thing, was 0.5.
Well, my upload at home is 0.06.
Oh,
on a good.
Yeah, that's not going to work that's what it is. That's what it is. A lot where we live also, and that's why we pay to have this place here to do the show from. But that's not going to work for this show at all.
No.
So usually, what we usually use is about 20. The upload's about 20, and sometimes that's not good enough. So
yeah, let me see.
I'm not sure what we're on now.
Let me see what my speed is here.
So let me see. I'm going to keep shouting people out. Rondell Stewart, Screaming Skull Saloon, Psycho 316, Rich White, Richard Hughes, I Shoot My AK Naked, Special K, Simpson Road Larry, Peter Machuco, Flopping Garbage. I Edit My Sub MOA AK, Boss Hog also here, Care Bear on the Holiday Road. Let's see who else we got. Turbo 99 Miata. Who else? Travis P11. Jafari H, Clinton Ox, formerly known as Glock Boy Ox. What up?
I'm running about 22, 23.
22, 23. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Razor JB says, I'm here to support Harry's Holsters in the great state of North Carolina.
North Carolina. There's some people call North Carolina the South. Now, where I'm from in the South, it don't snow. Sorry.
Okay. Before we let the expert of North Carolina speak, I have to say anything that is south of Jersey is the South.
I've got a buddy from Maryland,
and he thinks he's in the South.
Everybody meets like me and all my friends from 30 miles radius from where I'm from. They meet him. They think he's from Louisiana. Like his accent is off the. It's crazy. I found kind of the South is anywhere not near a populated center.
Yeah. Yeah, I think North Carolina is technically. We'll have that debate. Rondell Stewart gave us $4.99. He says new modem fund.
There you go. Forget about the brony shit. Get yourself some good some NSA type
NSA proof.
Yeah, modem action. Yeah.
Yeah. Google proof. I saw those Google guys were they dragged them into.
Talk to Babyface P. Maybe he gets you hooked up.
We'll see. Yeah, I see Christopher Williams is here. Lewis 1911. Lots of people. So shout out to everyone coming in. Thanks for coming back in. It's much appreciated. I did see Big Dick Willie was texting me earlier, so I don't know if he's still here, if he's gone, where he's at. If you're in here, you can shout it out. I see Rodney Brady is back. Dr. F1. So there you go.
Dr. F1. North Dakota is south if you live in the Yukon. Well, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. How do we know, Harrison? How do we figure out exactly where the South officially? Do I have to Google this?
I always thought the Mason-Dixon line for the most part did it.
Oh, Mason-Dixon. Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Where's the Mason-Dixon line start?
I think between Kentucky, Tennessee, and then between Jersey, part of Maryland doesn't it split Maryland?
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have to Google something, and burn through whatever data I have. Let's see, Mason-Dixon. Let's see, where is it? I'm sure someone's telling us right now.
I know a lot of people from West Virginia, and they all claim they're from the South, and it's funny because I'm pretty sure they're north of the Mason-Dixon line, or maybe they are.
Okay, yeah, the Mason-Dixon line starts in Maryland. It starts in Pennsylvania somewhere. So,
yeah, well, when all that stuff was going on, that Mason-Dixon stuff down here in Florida, it was still the
swamps,
the jungle. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so yeah, it is the South. It can't, I don't remember. Did it ever snow in Gone with the Wind? I don't remember that.
I have not seen Gone with the Wind.
Ever? You've not seen Gone with the Wind in ever?
Wow.
I have seen every Western. I used to watch Gene Autry, Roy Rogers growing up. I've seen every Andy Griffith show. I have not seen Gone with the Wind.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. The Mason-Dixon, from what I see, starts in Pennsylvania, so it definitely covers Maryland. Yeah, like I said, if it's anything south of New Jersey. Yeah. So there you go. We've solved that one, I guess. And I see lots of people chiming in on that. Okay, so Harrison, we should let everyone know Harry's Holsters is the official holster of the Hank Strange situation now, right?
Yep.
Boom. There you go. Just like that. And I am rocking a Harry's holster. There it goes. Right there for my Glock 43.
I don't know at what part our conversation went out from the chat or from when we dropped out completely, because we were just talking away, and then all of a sudden Tyven sent me a thing. You went offline. I'm like, oh, we're still just talking like we're just.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you guys were in some kind of like alternate zone. What do they call that thing where they put the other super people from Krypton?
In a different dimension? What?
Yeah, they called it the something zone.
Oh, okay.
Someone will tell me. Someone will tell me. I'm getting old. I think it was called. Wasn't the X zone?
I guess.
No, it was the something zone where they put those guys and they imprisoned them. You know, like in the first Superman movie, they were in the mirror. What the heck was that thing?
I don't know.
Wow, where are my nerds? Where are the nerds out there today? Phantom Zone. How did Lola know that?
Oh, okay. Well,
How did you know that? Someone told you, Lola.
We got a chat full of nerds because like
Someone
right
told
after
you?
that, Phantom Zone.
Someone told you.
I'm not watching anything. I can't
Oh,
look
wow.
at it all.
Look at that. Lola knowing something. That's crazy.
Oh, okay.
It's something related to nerdery stuff.
Of nerdery, yes.
Yeah. So there you go. Phantom Zone. You guys were in some kind of Phantom Zone, so you didn't know.
Yeah, we were just
Because when I was starting this one up, Lola's like, these guys are still talking to each other on something.
hey, you said to do it, so we did it.
Yeah. You see, it's not so easy to do this, is it?
I shouted out people a little bit and best of my ability.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if we were still on when I was doing it, but yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So cool. So we are now officially sponsored by Harry's Holsters. Do you want to say something about that?
Yeah, I'm happy to be part of the Hank Strange community officially now. And I had a couple of questions in the chat. Brian Quick wanted to see this compliance edge blade knife, and the lighting's not the best in here,
That's
but
cool.
stonewash finish, double edge.
So that little that the shape of that blade is compliant. So what's
It's I took a Kyle DeFore class in July or late July, and he did a lot about self-defense blade work. And this blade is designed for that, essentially. Like the features like this rear tang right there gives you a perfect place for your thumb. So you've got full force when you're going into your attacker. Just it's a self-defense knife. It's designed around that.
okay.
Little things like
did you learn how to draw and shoot and stab at the same time? What?
he doesn't do that kind of stuff. So
okay.
it's like his stuff was very simple yet effective. So it's hard to explain unless you were there, but there's not a lot of showy John Wick type stuff in what he teaches. And a lot of the stuff is more simple.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
Sub-second draw. When he's talking about self-defense shooting, you're shooting at half-second splits, not 0.15 competition style splits, all that sort of stuff. But
okay,
I'm going off the weeds here.
What's his name again? What's the name of this trainer?
Kyle DeFore.
Kyle DeFore. Okay. And where is he based? In North Carolina?
I think he's out of Virginia Beach, but he teaches all over.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So, there's lots of trainers out there. I definitely recommend people get trained. Richard Hughes is sniping you a little bit. He says, Harry's Holsters, do you have to be 18 years old to join the Hank Strange family?
I wish I was still 18.
He's legal. He's legal age. Don't worry about it. So there you go. We got some other things coming in. Lola wants me to let you guys know that there's a code. It's Hank Strange, and that gets you 10% off everything on harrysholsters.com except the clearance stuff, right?
That clearance and hardware. So any Harry's holster, magazine carrier, that sort of thing, 10% off.
Yeah. So there you go, Walter.
Okay.
For your holster needs.
Okay.
Let me ask you, does Harry's Holster make a Tokarev Kydex holster?
No, the closest thing I've got, I had some security contractors, and that's what they said in the email anyway. You get some interesting emails, anything firearms related, and they asked for a bunch of appendix carry Makarov holsters.
Oh, okay.
And I did not touch that because I think they were out of Israel.
You didn't think it was legit? Oh, it was Israel? Okay.
Yeah, but I just don't quite trust that stuff 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know what it is.
That might have been Walter trying to get some holsters at a discount, right? So we're gonna talk about holsters, the Kydex stuff. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you have expertise in any other kind of holsters. You can let us know.
Not anything leather. I know a little bit about just general theory, but not a lot about the manufacturing size outside of Kydex. I know a little bit about injection molding. Okay.
All right, cool. So we'll talk about that, but definitely from here on, you guys are interested. You want to get a Kydex holster. Check out Harry's holster. We'll talk about it a little bit more. I do have one for my Glock 43. There it is. Also, it's clear, just so everyone knows that. And here is my holster that it goes into. That's for the Glock 43. I remember you saying that it's a little bit longer, so you have like proper leverage and everything like that, and it pulls it in.
There are certain points on your body in an appendix carry that's really important because you don't want it to sit into the crease in your body. You want it to lay over the crease, and the extra length allows you to do that. And on your back, your butt, where your butt and your back connect, the same thing happens. So a little bit longer holster distributes the pressure more evenly.
Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. So we've got that. I don't know if people have news things to talk about. I know, Walter, weren't we talking about like a White House thing with Pelosi and Schumer? Yeah. What was that, like a meeting because they're about to take over? They're taking over Congress or something?
No, I guess they were getting together just to talk about stuff, and then Trump started hammering them about the wall. And that he was going to shut the government down if he doesn't get his way, and then it just went downhill from that. So, yeah, and I see Pelosi's throwing mud. So I think he got into it first with Pelosi, right? Yeah, that was the first, and then Schumer, doing his couple cents worth.
So, what do you think about that whole exchange?
It was the funny part is you watched the Vice President Pence. He was sitting on the side of Trump and just sitting there like going, I know what he was thinking. He's like, I ain't saying a word. I'm just
going to let these guys settle this.
Let him go at it. Yep.
Yeah.
So, you don't usually see that kind of interaction in the Oval Office. And usually, I guess the press isn't in there either. So it was, and you could tell that the Dems didn't want to talk like that in front of people because they don't want to look like they want to do it in private, so they can make the deals. So yeah, it was
well, I mean, it looked, I didn't see the whole thing, but I know from the part I saw, it looked like it started off nicely.
It started out, yeah. It was just Trump. Like I said, Trump, when he wants to tell you something, he tells you 5 or 6 times in a row the same thing. Like, I'm going to get my wall. 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 And then finally, I guess, after a while, somebody, when somebody's talking to you like that, you just want to slap them and tell them to shut up. But they can't do that, So, yeah, you could tell they were agitated with him, and it went both ways, I guess, So, at first, he started out, saying they were working on the, I guess I want to say prison reform. It's not prison reform, but the stuff with when people get out of prison and all that stuff, and a couple different things. And then they were saying they have bipartisan support. I hate that word bipartisan. And then they started talking about the wall and just went downhill from there. So,
but okay. Oh, what was that?
Heck was that?
Text on my end.
Okay, it wasn't me this time, Hank.
Okay.
Got my phone shut off and on my computer, so.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's see what's going on here. But,
I know that they, like I said earlier, they also brought some people. They brought, I guess, the head of Google to Congress.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, but wasn't that over the kind of over the YouTube stuff, right? Showing favoritism against conservatives.
You know what? I'm not really sure what that was about. I did look at a little bit of that, but I was trying to figure out what that was all about. I did see that there were different sides of the aisle talking about not liking how they were represented when they Googled themselves, but that doesn't make any kind of sense.
Yeah, but no side's going to like that if there's any negativity whatsoever.
Yeah. I don't think they have a really good understanding of everything going on, to be honest with you. First of all, if you Google yourself on your own computer, the search is really gonna be tainted because of what the searches that you usually do. So there's things that you would have to do in order to like really Google yourself and see what comes up, and try to be objective about it. But I mean, you know, from what I saw that I was listening into, I saw that on the Democrat side, they were mad because when they Googled themselves, stuff was coming up from Breitbart. And then on the Republican side, they were mad because when they Googled themselves, stuff was coming up from MSNBC. You know, I don't know. What's up, Walter?
Why worry about it?
I know. I don't understand what
I think the biggest problem we're facing here is these people don't understand how a search even works. Like what you were saying, Hank, about how the things you Google and what you search has a role and what comes up under your next search. They don't even understand that occurs. So, but yet they're the ones who are going to be making decisions on this technology.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah. Now that there was an interesting thing in there that one of the Republican senators brought up, where he was saying they have an actual email from a Google employee talking about how Google paid money to get Latinos to vote in certain states, to get them out, to get out the vote and get these people bussed in to vote. And the guy from Google was saying that he knows who that employee was. She's still employed from Google, but so far as they know, no such thing happened.
Yeah, I heard about that. Didn't I hear about that right after the election?
Yeah. Yes. This was after. Yeah, this was after the election. So.
Yep. I'm not surprised. Not at all.
Yeah. Are you looking at something, Walter?
Yeah, I'm going through the Truth About Guns, and they Southern Ohio Gun went out of business. SOG.
Oh, okay.
And they've been around. So hell, when I got my license after back when Lincoln was the president.
Touche.
Back when right after Bill Clinton got elected, I got my first FFL. I bought stuff all the time from SOG. I bought stuff recently from SOG, but I didn't know they were going out of business. So,
yeah. And this is not SOG knives.
No, this is Southern Ohio Gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of restructuring lately as far as companies in the gun industry getting bought out, and a lot of small guys going under.
Yeah. It's not good when the big guy, when they all consolidate into these big, like the Freedom Group. You see what happens there. It just things get they stop making, like the H&R, the single barrel shotguns. They don't make. There's not an American made single barrel shotgun anymore made. They're all coming in from Turkey now. So, even I noticed with Mike from ATI, his Winchester shotgun was made in Turkey, which is not surprising, but still, it's like, does Winchester Firearms actually make anything here?
Well, and aren't the Weatherby shotguns also made in Turkey? I know most of their stuff's made in Japan, but I think the shotguns I think pretty much CZ shotguns are also made in Turkey, not the Czech Republic.
Yeah, I think some of the Weatherby stuff's might be made in Japan, the high end stuff, but the lower end stuff, that's all Turkish probably shotguns.
Yeah, Turkey has any budget shotgun pretty much that's not a pump, or that isn't Remington or Mossberg.
It isn't a Mossberg.
Yeah. I mean, Turkey's like the shotgun capital of the world, pretty much. At this point.
Right.
They make products too, right? I mean, for the most part.
What's that?
For the most part, they make a pretty good product from what
The most of the Turkish stuff is decent. I mean, it's the Chinese make a lot of shotguns too, actually. I think I've got a Savage here that's made in China. And a lot of those aren't too bad either, but the Turks do a lot of like Benelli knockoffs and stuff like that. So They're usually pretty decent, and decent priced. And the Turks definitely have some really nice wood over there because a lot of that burl wood and stuff comes from Turkey. So, but yeah, that's kind of, I guess, the way it is right now.
Yeah, the CZ shotguns that CZ USA sells, my understanding is most of those, if not all, are made in Turkey. One of the commenters.
Oh.
Yeah, lots of stuff made there. Who said this? Let's see. The Pants says, "Damn it, I had ammo in my cart at SOG."
Really? Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I bought a lot of stuff from them. They had a reputation sometimes of you never knew what you were going to get, but I never really had any bad experiences from SOG.
Okay.
And the funny part is, one of the girls that worked there that I dealt with or I talked to on the phone back in the 90s, the last time I called, boom, same girls there. I'm like, holy cow, that's a long time. We're working in one place.
She must have quite an impression.
Yeah. But
yeah, it could be a family business or something.
Yeah, it could have been. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I hate to see different avenues to get things from go away. So
yeah, unfortunately, we're gonna get. I mean, there is a little bit of a slump going on.
Yeah,
in the industry, that's happening.
They also sold a lot of surplus stuff, and the surplus market is kind of right now in kind of in the doldrums, I guess we'll say. And I don't think it's because there's necessarily a lack of stuff out in the world. But with all the wars going on, and then the government stuff, and the UN trying to shut things down, it's put a crimp in things. So.
I mean, isn't Russia still like the largest source of stuff that we could get? I mean, hasn't a lot of the other smaller countries' stockpiles been sold off already?
A lot of them have, but yeah, the Russians, the Ukrainians, those Eastern Bloc countries, had stuff stored away in everywhere from World War II and stuff. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff that sometimes it would show up in the surplus markets now going back into the Middle East and places like that to be used, because like, for example, like 50 M2 50 caliber machine gun, you used to see part sets for those, but those stuff don't get broken down for parts anymore. That stuff is getting recycled or reused. So yeah.
So let's just to spin away from that for one quick second. In France, there was a shooting. I'm sure everyone's seen that going over the news. Here's a headline from Fox: France shooting, 4 dead, several wounded in Strasbourg. A shooting in the French city of Strasbourg killed 4 people and wounded 11 others near a world-famous Christmas market Tuesday, sparking a broad lockdown and search for the suspected gunman, who remained at large.
But they know who it is.
They do?
I read that further on. They in the article.
Yeah. Well, it says here, French prosecutors said a terrorism investigation was open, though authorities did not announce a motive for the bloodshed. The city is home to the European Parliament, which was locked down after the shooting.
Oh.
So, yeah, I don't think, unfortunately, France is far away from getting those kinds of things locked down. I think the world are not going to be able to stop any of that kind of stuff. So it's terrible for those people. I think people need to come up with a new way of dealing with this instead of all the old ways, right?
Dealing with the terrorists or dealing with
defending themselves. I mean, there's always going to be something to deal with. I think that people around the world need to be able to defend themselves. Like Richard Hughes is saying, France is a gun-free zone.
It's not completely. Yeah. I sell quite a few holsters there, actually, and all I sell is concealment holsters.
Okay.
And the poor customers have to wait about 9 months for their stuff to clear customs. But there's an underground niche gun culture over there, and maybe they're just enthusiasts who like owning IWB holsters for a shit hits the fan type situation scenario,
right?
Or maybe they're carrying on a daily basis. I don't really know about that, but whatever.
What's the rules? What's the rules on being able to be armed and all that kind of stuff in France?
You can own a lot of cool stuff, but you can't. I think it's all on a permit basis per gun, and I don't think they can still carry type.
Let me see. Let's pull up French gun laws.
I'm not sure. I know that I don't think they can do machine guns. Probably not easily, anyways. But
no, but I'm pretty sure they can own AR or it. They can own modern sporting rifles.
Okay.
By definition, but I don't know how restricted it is. It might be more like Canada with how it's set up.
Yeah, it says in France to buy a weapon in line with the European Firearms Directive. I have no idea what that is. A hunting license or a shooting sport license is necessary depending on the type of function of magazine, capacity of weapon. So let's look at this. European Firearms Directive is a law of the European Union, as Walter just said, which sets minimum standards regarding civilian firearms acquisition and possession that EU member states must implement into their national legal systems.
My understanding is the Czech Republic told them to screw off, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they did. Yeah. That's cool. That's good.
Yeah. So obviously there seems like there's something going on there. It looks like it's complicated. Looks like there's different categories. There's prohibited.
They also have pretty strict ammunition control, is my understanding.
Yeah, so prohibited firearms, explosive military, automatic firearms, firearms disguised as other objects, ammunition with penetrating explosive, incendiary, pistol and revolver ammunition with expanding projectiles, firearms subject to authorization. Let's see, semi-automatic or repeating short firearms, single-shot firearms with center fire, percussion. So there are some things.
Here, individuals cannot own more than 12 B categorized firearms, cannot own more than 10 magazines, and stored more than 1,000 rounds of ammo per firearm. So, like, I remember reading once about competition shooters over there. They have a major problem with, only having 1,000 rounds of ammo because those guys will shoot 500 rounds easy in a practice session. So, and then they reload, but I think they can only buy so much ammo every year.
Okay.
New ammo, so the cases get old too fast, and lots of problems with that.
Yeah. 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 So
I don't think we're going to see widespread concealed carry in France anytime soon, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think people need to rethink all of this. This whole crazy idea that, we're all just going to be one union. Everyone's going to love each other because we have open borders and, we all hold hands and sing la-di-da-di kumbaya over, like in the Coke commercial. Was it Coke or Pepsi? Can't remember.
Coke.
Yeah. But I just don't think that's going to work. I think that
I don't think they had I don't think there was a kumbaya version in Arabic. Oh, sorry.
No.
The facts of the matter.
Yeah.
I don't think there is one.
Well, convert or die.
There ain't no bacon and eggs going on, and that,
Yeah.
But anyways, convert or die. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. A lot, and listen, it's exactly what people are trying to do over here, right? To turn things around. So, we're going to get into that. Let's see what else. There's several things I want to hit on here. So what is this? Okay, Lola wants me to remind everyone that Harry, you do have a YouTube channel, right?
Yep.
Oh,
you guys can check it out. I have Harry's Holsters is the YouTube channel. I've got some gun stuff, a lot of holster stuff on there. I'm probably going to try to do more in 2019. I haven't had a lot of time I've been in the shop more than I've been able to get out to the range and film videos, unfortunately. So not a lot there, but
yeah. Okay. So do you have some instructional stuff on what people can do with the holsters or how to order holsters, things like that?
Yes, a little bit going over each different holster model I make as far as current products, a bunch of stuff on my old products. I'm going to have instructional videos up. And then I'm going to have some videos talking about what belts to use for concealed carry, that sort of thing.
Okay. All right, cool.
How to pick out a holster, all about the different hardware. I've got a lot planned for that. So
Okay, cool. We could all use that, me included, and we'll get into this. If you guys have questions about Kydex holsters and things like that, let us know as we're going through here and touching on all the different news things that are going on. Walter, I don't know if there's other stuff that you wanted to get into here.
Let me take
The people of the world have to realize that they need to be armed.
yeah,
And that's despite, like, I see that, there's I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but Vox has an article out there right now. Let me tell you this article. So this article claims that guns have killed more people than car crashes in 2017.
I don't believe it.
So
As
go ahead.
As Grandpa Keller used to say, I don't believe it, you.
Yeah, here, I'm going to throw it up for you guys. We could definitely ignore it. I think that's not a good thing to do. I think these are the kind of things that people should take a look at. So maybe we might want to analyze what these guys are trying to, the propaganda that they're trying to shove at us right now. And it says in here, so I'm going through this. It says, and so the subheadline says suicides drove an increase in gun deaths from 2016 to 2017. So it looks like if you go through all of this, suicides are about 60% of these numbers. So just that alone, if people don't want to be here on the planet, they're going to find ways to not be here. Is that right or wrong?
yeah.
Suicide's illegal in a lot of places. I know that sounds crazy.
Yeah, you think of it that way. So you're going to prosecute after that? I mean, what are you doing?
I guess. If you survive, they might try to prosecute you, I guess.
It gets prosecuted very much. Yeah.
So that's one thing. But that represents like 60% of their numbers. So are you guys taking a look at this right now?
Well, I was actually looking at some more stuff.
I'm looking at it right now, and the information actually looks halfway. They're quoting the CDC, and I'm seeing a couple different sites do it, but I can't find the CDC site to confirm.
Right. So I know, and what we're trying to do is deal with this. I personally don't agree with the numbers. I don't think Walter does. Harrison doesn't agree with it at all. So they said in here, 40,000 of those were, or 60%. Nearly 24,000 of those were suicides.
I'll say this: if it is a true problem, one way you can fix it is start by educating people on guns. I think in school, for at least 2 or 3 years, they should have a police officer or somebody come in that's trained otherwise and give firearm safety to all the students, because more than likely, at some point in their life, they're going to encounter a firearm, and they should know how to react around it. Whereas I think most people want you to just step away and not look at that issue. I think we need to be educated about everything we can.
Absolutely. Just like you are about cars and other things that are out there. So let me just let's continue to look at this. So now they're saying like 14,000 or 37% of that were homicides. And then the rest, the rest, which would be something like, what are we looking at? What is that, like 13% or something, would be accidents and deaths through legal interventions such as police shootings. Okay, so the criminals that are out there, gangbangers, all that different kind of stuff that's going on, do those people give a crap about laws?
Nope.
Not on average, no.
No. Do they care how they get on stuff? I don't think so.
But what's interesting to me is every time these issues come up, what do they want to do? They want to ban private sales of firearms, which if you go through and you look at actual legitimate private sales of firearms, how many cases are those involved in any kind of the incidents that they're trying to stop? Pretty much zero. And then they also want to ban, the evil assault rifles, which are used in such a small amount of crimes. But most of these people say, well, I think people should be allowed to own a handgun.
And that's the one that
is, by the numbers, that's the most harmful.
Yeah.
Not, the tool isn't the problem, but if you're claiming the tool is the problem, why not go after the tool that is involved in the most instances? By their logic, we should all only own AR-15s.
Yeah, there's lots of I think there's lots of smoke and mirrors in these numbers, and look, I'm looking up numbers, and numbers from these people are always difficult to find, right? So let's look up abortion, and this is in 2014, abortion. Okay, 926,200 abortions.
Wow.
Okay, 4 years ago. I'm sure that's at the same level. Maybe it went up a little bit. Maybe it went down a little bit.
So basically 1 million abortions in 1 year.
Yeah. I don't see those factored into their numbers of deaths. I don't see them talking about that in their numbers of deaths. And none of those were accidental. So that's just, I think that there's a lot about this that people have to think about when they're looking at these things, and you can't let it, I think these are things that they're putting out there so that people throw them at you and then make you think like, oh my God, we have to do something about this. What you can do for whatever percentage it is out there of people who are going after other people to take their lives, take their property, or whatever, that happens. Human beings do that to each other, happened way before the invention of guns. Okay. But since the invention of guns that we cannot put the genie back in the bottle, this has been something that's been happening. This is something that human beings do. If we believe in the rule of law, we can't have a police person attached to every single human being. What you can do is make every single human being their own police by allowing them to arm themselves and defend themselves.
I got news for you. Some of the police kill other people and commit suicide too. So,
yeah.
I did my senior year in high school, I had to give a speech, and what I was proposing was 18-year-olds be allowed to conceal carry because it's not legal in the state of North Carolina. Or it might be through a loophole, but that loophole wasn't seen at that time because we didn't have 50-state reciprocity and that sort of thing. But what I'm getting at is I went and studied police officers and looked at their crime rates. Police are actually involved in crimes at a slightly higher level than the regular population.
Really?
It's barely. I mean, it's like 5% to 5.5%, but just they're people like everybody else. And then, but yet everybody says, "Oh, I'm going to trust the police with guns." And then concealed carry permit holders were literally the lowest population group. It was like preachers and teachers were the only people even close as far as a group they had that had such a low crime rate. And I'll tell you this, I've stayed out of a lot of trouble because of my right to own this. If it hadn't been for that, there's no telling how much trouble I'd be in. I would have taken a lot more risks.
Well, those of us that have CCWs and all that kind of stuff, we obviously, believe in following the law. The people like myself and Walter that have FFLs on top of that, even more so. Right? These are indications that we believe in the law, that we're not trying to do anything illegal. What's that, Walter? What are you throwing up there?
AR type thing.
We have cooler toys.
Okay. Yeah, that ARE thing.
Thingy.
Yeah. Brian Quick says this: America does have a suicide problem, with a majority of them being middle-aged white men, which are blamed for every evil in the world and constantly called racist, homophobe, sexist, and all ists.
Well, also white males are the if you're a statistics person, there's more of us white males than there are of the others. So,
yes, the majority, right?
So that's why we rank higher in that all the crazy stuff.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yeah, of course, these are just numbers. So let's ask ourselves, like, how many people die? How many people die? Right. So let's see. So most of this, and I don't know. That's why I'm not sure where these guys are getting their numbers from, because I think the last time, like whenever I look, I see a lot of official stuff. The last time was 2014, but from the CDC, right? So the most recent data, 2014 resource, no longer available at the CDC, reveals that annually there were 2,626,418 deaths registered in the U.S.
Okay.
So people die.
Yes, they do.
We should make death illegal.
Sunrise,
Let's see
sunset,
how well that works.
sunset.
You know, how do you stop it? How do you stop it? Now, obviously, I think ultimately at the end of the day, the question here is, do people have the right to defend themselves or not? And that's the thing everyone's missing. You do have the right to defend yourself, whether there's no government, no piece of paper, no law that gives you that. You're, as a human being living in the world, you have that right to defend yourself. But then obviously we live in society, and then society encroaches on that. And then what we're dealing with now is that there's people who's like, oh no, this is the only thing we're going to focus on. This is the only problem in the world. We've got to get rid of these things. And I think that is disingenuous to people, and putting out these kinds of stats, you know, without really truly looking at things. You know, you're talking almost 1 million abortions. You know, maybe someone should deal with that and then try to tell us something.
How about how many people are killed by doctors, and and all their misdiagnosis and not diagnosing something and over drugging and all that stuff. It's like 200,000 something a year, or 180,000, something like that. So let's ban the doctors, huh?
Yeah. And we could cross like a lot of these circles are crossing each other, right? There's a lot of people being depressed, having all kinds of problems because of medications or mixed diagnoses and all kinds of, you know, all the craziness that's going on out there. I think ultimately in the world we live, we die.
I think a lot of it's also just a societal problem. I think the U.S. is becoming adverse to hard work. A lot of people in the U.S., like, and when you talk about, you know, the older people, the older suicide rate, a lot of these are people that are retiring, and then they retire and they realize they don't really have a lot of purpose left in life. You know, the dream is retirement for a lot of people, and I don't think that's the right attitude. And it starts at a very early age, because kids grow up in school hearing all their teachers talk about how they can't wait till retirement. Then most people retire, they realize they don't have enough money to do whatever they want. And then it takes more money to live life in retirement than it does while you're working, because you have 8 to 12 hours of your day occupied minimum when you're working a full-time job.
Well, that concept of just stopping working, where does that come from? That's like the concept of going to you're going to be successful if you go to college.
Yeah,
and that's another problem.
That's something there's an industry based on both.
Yeah,
it's not you know, a lot of people don't. I know, well, there's people that don't ever really stop working. They're always doing something. Yeah. And they usually get along better than the person who quits working. Then they don't know what the hell they're going to do with themselves. Or if it's a couple, they've never spent any time together.
That creates a lot of issues.
And now, guess what? Very shortly after that, they no longer a couple.
Yeah.
They can't afford to get divorced and keep their main standard of living, and that leads to them being very unhappy.
Why do you have to stop doing what you like? Some people,
I don't think you do. I mean, did that saber-toothed tiger stop chasing you? You know, in the past, did it go, listen, you know what? You're getting old. I'm going to retire. I'm not going to try to eat your ass anymore. Right? No, it was still coming for you.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's the reality. By the way, I know Lewis 1911, he has a question. I'm going to get to it. I want to get to all that stuff. We're going to go like about half an hour late today since we started late. I did want to let everyone know we are giving away stuff. I'm going to go through this since Harry's Holsters is tech challenged. Apparently, we'll do this old school.
The guy that's talking that had no interweb.
I'm here. I'm still here.
I know, but you had to get the generator on. You got Lola pedaling in the other room to keep it going.
Yeah, I know. But see, I don't let that saber-toothed tiger win, man. You know, even if he chomps down on me, like while I'm going down his gullet, I'm still going to be kicking and scratching all the way down. So. Anyway, so we're here. I am going to take those questions. I did want to show everything that's in here. I guess we're going to have to give it to someone here. So we'll have to work that one out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the chat, Q James said that retirement's done him very, very, very well. It works good for some folks, and others, even though they plan it all out and they got money, it doesn't go well because they're not happy.
Yeah. Most people, a lot of people, what happens when you're forced to retire, like I know Lola's dad, he didn't want to retire.
Well,
he kept trying to work.
They like doing what they're doing, so they don't want to. And I think it's also bad for our country because you have this knowledge base that you push out.
Yeah.
And a lot of times lately, there's been not someone to replace, especially in the trades. People work with these things, that make things. So when you push that smart old guy out, he can't teach the young guy his stuff either. So, and then he goes home and he's like, "What the fuck am I going to do now?" That was his life, to a lot of people. So, it's just probably not a good idea in a lot of instances. Not the best idea, but there's an industry based on retirement and death. So, that's what
I've got a very good family friend who I spoke to yesterday, actually, and he was a brick mason for 30 some years, and he retired, and he's been retired for over 10 years now. Heck, he might have worked over 40 years. He's in his mid 70s, late 70s, but he worked 7 days last week. First time he's worked in years. And because his son's job site had a lot of work that needed to be done. And he said he was just overjoyed. It felt so good to be back at work.
Right.
Like he loved the camaraderie with everybody. One day they didn't really have anything for doing. They told him just to stand around. He goes, "I'm not doing that. Give me something to do." A lot of these people want to work.
Some people don't have any hobbies.
Yeah.
When they stop working, it's not like they start doing gardening or they start doing this. They just sit there and go, "Oh."
Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you something right now. I don't understand the concept of how people get bored. That's like an invention. That's like money or something imaginary that people get bored. Like, "Oh, I'm bored. There's nothing to do."
What Brian puts that hobbies cost money.
If you don't, if you're in a situation where you don't have any money, I mean, there are things that don't cost any money, but you still got to get out of the house and you got to do things.
Yeah, you can always do something like, okay, so for example, where I'm at, Walter, you see those people in that little makeshift flea market by the gas station. There's always something you can do. You never have to be bored. You can always find a way to make money. You can make something, sell something.
Yeah, I mean, that's, there's a thing called eBay and there's a thing called,
Yeah, and if you don't need money, you can volunteer. You can charity begins at home. Help your children out. If you have children, help them, help your grandchildren.
Maybe help some other older person that ain't getting around as good as they should be. Yeah.
Yeah. There's always something to do. The human being should never be bored. And I know it's tough. I saw Razor JB was saying it's tougher when you're like in the military for a long time.
Yeah.
No, I get it. There's lots of things out there, but there's so much to do in this world. Like, I personally realize I'm never going to have enough time to do all the things I want to do. I'm just going to keep going and die with my boots on.
Get a couple military vehicles. You'll never run out of things to work on.
Yeah. If you're out there and you're bored, for example, let's say you're in Gainesville and you're bored and you don't have anything to do. We got to check you out first, though, because we got to find out why you're bored. But I always have things to do if you want to, you want to do something and hang out with me. But let's get to what's in here, and we're going to give this stuff away. Harrison from Harry's Holsters, he's going to choose who this is. So, you guys, I don't know, Harrison, you're going to have to find out a way for these guys to, you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to get Harry's attention.
You got to put all the pressure on me, Hank.
Yeah, I'm going to put the pressure on you. That's right.
Well, speaking of pressure, I'm going to go relieve some, and I'll be back in just a minute.
Oh, okay. All right. Just don't take your microphone in there with you. We don't need a hot mic.
I need to go an extra half an hour. I got to go to the potty.
All right. I understand, Walter. I'll go through the things. Things. Make it quick. Okay. So there's a I'm pro-choice shirt in here with a bunch of guns on it. That's in here. I'm not sure what size it is. Let's see if I can. Looks like it's an XL. So that's in the thing. That's in the package today. There's the lever action America's rifle. That's from Henry Rifle. That right there. Boom. See that? This is a really nice hat, by the way. These are really nice. Henry Rifle has some very nice hats. So there we go. That's there. There's a bunch of. Let's see. What is this? There's some hog grease in there. That's good stuff right there. Use that on suppressors and all that. Got a bunch of stickers that's going on in this thing. What is this? Gear spray. Gear spray. This is the Bureau of Propaganda gear spray from Barnauls in there. That's good stuff right there too. Let's see what else we got. We still have sweatbands from the 80s from Barnauls. We still got those. Lots of stickers in here. Look, just a pile of stickers for everyone out there. Let's see what this is. Dead Air. By the way, I've got a really cool video shooting an AK-47 full auto with a Dead Air Wolverine on it. This is from Full Conceal. This is from Keltec. Someone tells me, who was it? Walter saying that Keltec changed their logo. Is that true? I don't know. I didn't know anything about it. So this is the classic one right there. I don't know if that's collectible or something. Hornady sticker. Let's see what other kinds of stickers we got. A Walther tactical sticker. There's just a ton of stickers in this thing. We can just go all through this. Glock sticker. Got a notepad from Tyven. Some more Glock stickers. So all kinds of good stickers. Stickery is up in here. There's some bore and bolt in there. That's good. Also, let's see. Let's put that over there. What is this? SDI Firearms Technology Sonoran Desert Institute koozie going on right there. A pack of playing cards. Tactical Girls playing cards. See? You know, when you don't have electricity, playing cards with Tactical Girls on it comes in handy. That and a flashlight. We'll get to flashlight stuff later. We'll talk flashlights or Harrison. So check it out. Here are the these paracords that are dipped in resin that we've been giving away from opt out of no, it wasn't not opt out of gun control. So was it SoCal? There you go. Walter's been giving these away. I didn't even realize I had any left. PMAG, 10 years. I read one, Screaming PMAG right there. Lots of stickers in there. We've got some patches, ATI patch.
Screaming PMAG right there.
Yeah, Fort Scott Munitions patch right there. Action Target patch. That's awesome. Let's see what else we got. Quarter Circle 10. Franklin Armory patch in there. A Hank Strange patch is in that thing. Also, a tactical gnome patch from Safety Harbor Firearms up in there. There's some kind of revolver in there.
Okay, so who's the gnome?
The gnome?
Yeah, who's the gnome based off
of? Actually, we've got some gnomes around the house here. There's a guy who's a veteran who does like prop stuff, and he made these tactical gnomes with guns and rocket launchers and all this stuff. And that particular gnome was set up to have a flare launcher on it. I mean, excuse me, a flamethrower. And I wanted to do it with my shotgun because his hands were just in the right position. So I took off the parts I didn't need, and I made a shotgun out of some of that moldable stuff you can buy at the craft store.
I was hoping to have a real life gnome in your shop somewhere. Like somebody running a hand manual mill or something.
So then
Walter just dropped a gnome into the toilet bowl.
Well, no, I didn't know. Didn't have to do that.
Okay. We were just imagining.
But then when it came time to do the patch, I basically took a photo, and then I hooked up with our Chinese patch people, and boom, got a patch. So
yeah, that is a cool patch. By the way, the last thing that I think in there that's really cool, that's an Aguila mini shot shell right there.
Is that a press reliever?
USB.
Oh, that's cool.
Boom! That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't even know we had that. But that's cool. So there you go. You can wipe it, put whatever you want on it, and you got a little Aguila shot shell in there. So that we're giving away. Harry's Holsters is going to pick that winner before the show is over. I don't know if Walter had some stuff to give away, but it's December. We're going to party out with the people here. We're going to give stuff away before we get out. Oh, what is this?
That's that Nico Bolas. That's one of those what is it? Funko Pop figurines.
Is it a dragon creature?
If you're familiar with that series from the Magic the Gathering.
Never heard of it.
I'm not into it either, but I have one here in the box, brand new ski. If somebody is into that in the chat, shout it out. Say that you're you know more about this than I do. And,
yeah, if you know something about that, Walter will give it to you. Okay, shout out to Aries Firearms in here, but let's take some questions. So I'm going to give a question from Lewis 1911 here in a second. But who is this? Chris Tayo says, Harry, I'm trying to get to order an Icon holster, but it will not show up in the cart. Any suggestions?
Well, make sure you're using Hank's code, Hank Strange, and I would click on there and make sure you're checking all the selections, meaning the barrel length, we only offer one right now, then the color. So if not that, try a different web browser.
Yeah. Yeah, you might want to come back in there. So let me read this. I got this from Lewis 1911. He says, Hank, ask Harry's holsters, or I guess tell him that I need a backpack holster for a SIG 320 full size with 3 extra magazines next to it all in a row. I want to put it where the laptop goes in the bag. Do you have any suggestions for that?
What you could do is set up some kind of backer like the Filster. They've got forgot the name of it, but it's meant to hold med gear. You could set that up and then attach a holster with webbing and then a couple of mag carriers. That's probably going to be the best bet. Like, it doesn't really make sense to make something that large out of Kydex altogether.
Okay. All right. So there you go. I think that's a good Kydex. So what holsters? Because I know I've had this discussion with Sam from Andrew's Custom Leather, and he tells me, listen, for everyone's needs, leather is not going to suffice. They might have to get Kydex, and I'm sure with Kydex, sometimes you need to get leather, or even other options like canvas. And I don't know, Walter probably knows what other holster options we have. So what do you think about Kydex? Walter's throw. Go ahead. You can throw that up again, Walter. What do you think? Yeah. So what do you think of the circumstances that you go for the Kydex?
Well, I think for IWB, Kydex is a no-brainer. I mean, it stays solid. You can sit there and press in, and you can still get the gun in the holster. If I take this light off, you can still lock the gun in the holster. Even I'm pressing in, the gun will still slide. So any kind of belt tension. So Kydex is obviously better than leather for that. It's thinner than leather. If it's molded right, you're going to have the same or better comfort than leather because it's not as bulky. That's going to all come down to personal opinion there. Leather is a classic look. I love a good leather holster for OWB, but I still like the retention a Kydex holster gives if it's done properly. So, but like revolvers for OWB, I got to admit, man, I like leather, especially the old Western rigs. And sometimes with a Browning High Power, I want to get a Browning High Power and pimp it out so bad, and that's going to sit in a leather holster. I probably won't make a holster for that.
Okay. How many actual rigs, like shoulder rigs and all that, are made from Kydex?
Not many. One second, my computer's dying. I thought I had plugged in, but there's not a lot of Kydex rigs with that, and that's probably going to be a result of the harness system. There's a little more. The retention on a lot of those shoulder rigs just comes from a thumb strap. So, and that all comes down to the different designs and how the leather's molded. But I'm not a big fan of shoulder rigs unless you're dressing up to play Sonny Crockett for Halloween. So, and carrying a brick.
Okay. Understood. I've got, Walter and I have some badass shoulder rigs.
Crockett and Tubb.
No, I've got Firepower rig. I've got a couple rigs. I think they're good. Especially works if you're somewhere where, like how it's cold right now. Totally, you could rock.
The Firepower rig is badass. I'm 100%. Like, I've showed that to a bunch of my friends, but man, Kydex for me is just, I'm biased. There's no doubt I have an inherent bias, but it's really easy just for me to put it on.
Yeah, one thing about the
hours.
Also,
go ahead, Walt.
Leather's cool, but when you're sweating bullets, it gets a little funky after a while. If you got it on if it's on your person like that. So, my opinion that Kydex would be more durable in that type of. And leather, you have to play some attention every once in a while. And you got to put some conditioner on it or something. And if it's on if it's up against you with the sweat and all that stuff. So,
Kydex you can wash with dish soap and an air compressor. Just
that's one of the biggest benefits of Kydex, right? I think Razor JB is saying it yet again. Most are too lazy to do holster maintenance, so leather will always have problems.
One thing to also think about, if you've got young kids and stuff, cross contaminants with the gunpowder and the solvents and oils and all that, if you don't want a biohazard near your kids, and when you touch your stuff, I mean, when you're taking your gun on and off, a leather holster is going to soak all that stuff in. A Kydex, wash with soap every now and then, and you just minimize the amount of exposure to those sort of hazards. So also friendly in that way.
Yeah. Listen, to each his own. What we're trying to do is like discuss the different options here and help people out with this stuff. Kydex also typically has the edge. There are cheap leather holsters out there, but if you want to get something quality, I think money-wise, Kydex is always going to be more affordable unless you're getting something really super complicated, right?
Yeah, Kydex is more scalable in terms of manufacturing. Leather, you can bring machines into Kydex manufacturing. With leather, as far as I'm aware, there's a lot more. You're dealing with a natural material, so you need a skilled craftsman to really understand what's going on.
Brian Quick says vegans have a leather allergy.
And I've had a bunch of questions about left-handed holsters, so I just like to address.
Okay, yes, let's do it.
Right now, the only left-handed options we have are our magazine carriers, which are ambi, and our revolver holsters, which are ambi. So the reason for that is I used to sell left-handed holsters. I sold one left-handed holster for every 200 right-handed holsters. It makes it real. 10% of the population is supposed to be left-handed, so I should be selling 20 for every 200. And for some reason, it didn't work out that way. And when I got left-handed requests, it would always be for oddball guns that I didn't make in right-handed holsters. So I discontinued it. And then as soon as I discontinued the left-handed holsters and switched over to a new model where all the tooling was only right-handed, I got a million requests for left-handed holsters.
The jinx.
They didn't sell beforehand. So if I can make a product ambi, I will gladly do that. But it's really hard to put the investment into the tooling when something else right-handed is going to pay off.
Okay. Now one of the things with Kydex is people can make their own holsters, right? Yeah. Okay. Walter, what are you saying?
Aries says lefties are the devil. Well, I guess
the devil.
I guess I'm half devil then, because I shoot the rifle left-handed and the pistol right-handed. So,
are you left eye dominant?
I guess I don't know. How do you?
It's probably cross-eye dominant. I vote for cross-eye dominant. That's a thing. That's a thing. One of my kids is cross-eye dominant.
That's just the way I've always picked up, so I didn't argue.
Yeah. So you could be right-handed but left eye, and vice versa.
Larry Vickers, I know, is he's left eye dominant, right-handed. My dad is left eye dominant, right-handed, but he shoots. I don't know. He shoots an AR. My dad shoots an AR left-handed, but he shoots a shotgun right-handed.
No, I don't do that.
I don't get it, but.
Yeah, I know, Walter, you can switch depending on situation.
Yeah, I can, yes. If I can force myself to go to the dark side, yes.
Aries Firearm says, I've destroyed Kydex. My leather has always held up. So I think I have both. And I wear both depending on the occasions. I do go leather. I think it is showier and cooler and stuff like that. And I rock the leather. But if I am getting down and dirty and all that kind of stuff, training, getting into whatever that I'm worried about it, I would probably go more Kydex. And most of the time, like this is what I use most of the time. So, I carry my Glock 43 and I have a Kydex. I do have leather for that. And I do rock the leather holsters and things like that, but I take care of them. They don't see as much action, I think, as the Kydex. So that's me. There's lots of different things going on out there. Depends on where you're coming from. Walter, go ahead. I'm sorry.
One thing from Aries Firearm, I'd like to know what type of Kydex holsters didn't hold up. It probably could be more than likely, I'm just guessing, the injection molded holsters, other plastic holsters. Those vary widely in quality. And then another viewer was asking about what is the mod wing and the Raven wedge used for, and they are used for appendix carry. If you look here, that wedge on the back, what it does is it pushes the gun back into your body, and then the mod wing pushes the grip in. The wedge is exclusively for appendix carry. There's a couple guys that carry them at the 4 or 5 o'clock, but I don't understand how that works ergonomically. And then the claw can be used for both, but again, primarily appendix.
Okay, and so just to make it, so appendix is right in front of your junk.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So that's probably a good. I don't know. Everyone out there can tell us how they carry. If they carry like right, and they do junk carry, appendix carry. I carry like, I'm guessing what you would call 4, that 3-4, like from my right hip, you know, going back a little bit. Because my butt is a little flat, so I can kind of like, I feel like I can hide a little bit there. But.
Aries says appendix carry is the devil. You'll shoot your winky off.
I would argue appendix carry is safer than 4 o'clock carry for most people.
Actually, that wasn't Aries. That was Kioski, but Aries $1.99. So
yeah. Aries gave $1.99. Kioski said that. Listen, this is this will be a heated debate of how people carry and what they carry. Do they carry leather, Kydex, something else? Do they appendix carry or whatever the other things are called? You can get into this. Walter, I think you're a big pocket carrying kind of dude.
Top it mid pocket, yes.
Yeah. But so do you use any kind of holsters for that, or you just pocket?
But But that limits you. You can't be dropping the big old things in your pocket. I mean, I could walking around the shop and be hanging out, but that didn't sound very good. But But yeah, I mean, typically they're in the shop or in my back pocket, front pocket, one or the other. I got something in my pocket. So yeah, just me,
What do you normally carry on a day-to-day basis?
Well, lately I've been carrying that little Kel-Tec 32 in my pocket. So,
yeah.
But
yeah, and then sometimes I know you have a Glock 42 that I don't know if you still carry it or not.
Yeah, on occasion. Yeah, I have that around. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't. They don't.
That 42 is kind of on the big end of what you can get away with.
Yeah, it's on the large end of the pocket carry thing.
Yeah. Tango Hunter says he ain't as carries. Hey, whatever works for you.
As long as you don't plug that barrel up with a little bit.
I would definitely suggest Kydex for that. Harry, do you? I don't know. Do you have?
I don't make any prison holsters.
You should. You would. You make so much money.
Make the JJ holster. Yeah.
Anyway.
So, and I shoot my AK naked. Says I open carry every day, but I work at a jail and got to keep my shirt tucked in my uniforms. So there you go. Big Dick Willie says Glock butt. And Aries is saying 365. Okay, so Walter, that's what you carry. Do you carry some weird guns though? I think in your pocket sometimes, right?
Well, no, normally no. I mean, I usually I don't carry around like the 1903 Colt or anything like that because it's just it doesn't fit in the pocket very well. But
okay. For like jacket pockets, weren't they originally?
Yeah. I mean, that kind of thing. But yeah. I mean, the one thing about carrying carrying any gun, eventually the gun can get it can get the finish can take wear and from sweat and stuff like that. So and they get dirty and linty and all that good fun stuff. So but normally I don't carry anything really exotic in my pockets, just a basic gun,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a simple man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
I might have a machine gun on my desk by my computer, but
carry a Tommy gun as your truck gun.
Yeah.
BAR.
Yeah, you might come to the door with an AK, but it's like okay.
Yeah,
I find it hard to carry.
Yeah. Too Hottie. I'm assuming that's Too Hottie. Says pocket always, but that's my backup. I carry my 19 and 43 between 3 and 4 o'clock. Sometimes I'm outside the waistband leather. Sometimes I'm in the waistband, usually Kydex. So there's lots of different people. People are really turned on by the S&M idea of holsters.
S&M?
Yeah, S&M, because we were talking, like someone says butt plugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are thinking what I'm thinking, huh?
I'm not you. I don't think I can pull off the crazy names for a holster yet.
Yeah. Simpson Road Larry. Oh, no, it's not Simpson Road Larry. He says he likes them all. Chris Bullis says latex for the anus carry.
That's like a disposable holster. You just
I don't know.
Every day it's a new one.
Yeah.
Is that a lubricated holster too, or is that...
Yeah. Richard Rasnick says keister. Christopher Williams says prison wallet.
Prison wallet.
So we got a bunch of those popping up.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's lots of different ways of carrying. So if someone's coming at this completely new, Harrison, and they're looking at your site, let's say, or they want to figure out what kind of holster they should get, what things do they need to know?
Primarily, where do they want to carry? Where do they want to try to carry first? Like, carrying a gun's a dangerous thing. You have to maintain all proper safety fundamentals while you're doing it. So whether it's appendix carry, whether it's 3 to 5 o'clock, you're going to want a different setup as far as the clips. The great thing about my holsters is they're adjustable, adaptable. You can see lots of holes and mounting options. So what that does, you can optimize it for your body type and what you want to accomplish for that holster.
Yeah, I'll lock it on this one here. The red one's a little bit easier to see. So that's what all these holes are here. They're not for breathing of the gun.
Nope. So like the top ones you see are for soft loops. That back is to mount a wedge, as you can see on the back there.
Okay.
Back. And then the rest of them are for different mounting positions for the overhooks. Like you've got those mounted in the slots, and that can get you more cant. And those other ones, they're positioned perfectly to balance the weight of the gun. So when you draw, you come down, it's just balanced. So your grip doesn't move excessively while you're drawing. And then there's a little bit of movement when you run the holster with a single clip. And that's kind of good because when you sit down and stuff, the holster moves with your body. Okay. So I could go on for days talking about the design theory behind this holster, but the best thing to do is send me an email, but have an idea of how you want to carry the gun. Are you using a belt? Are you not using a belt? What's important to you? I mean, stability, your utmost important thing, or is it comfort? Is it important to you to be able to get the gun on and off fast? Like for 4 o'clock, my favorite thing to carry with is soft loops. And the reason is they have a little bit of give. So when you're walking and doing things, the holster moves just a little bit with your body, but they still remain very stable. I mean, just the give is just the right percentage of what you want. So
yeah,
you're not
that's why a lot of people appendix carry, right? Because I think ultimately appendix carry is the most concealable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it just really depends on what you're looking for. Another thing I like about appendix carry is it is very easy to protect the gun. Like if I carry at 4 o'clock and stuff every now and then just to test products. If I'm out to dinner or something, I'm standing at a cash register getting ready to pay. I feel like everybody knows I have a gun on me and they're going up to grab it, even though nobody can see I have a gun on me. Whereas at appendix, if somebody goes in, they can get their hand on my gun. And in most situations, I can keep them from getting that gun out of the holster. I mean, if they have a complete surprise over me being able to do that, I can still protect against it.
Okay. All right. Makes sense. We're going to give away this stuff, and we're going to keep going past 9 o'clock for everyone just because we came in late. So everyone knows. I'm just letting everyone know we're going to keep going past 9 o'clock. Probably, I don't know if there are any other questions out there that people want to answer, other things you want to get into. Let's see. Black Sword Shinobi says shoulder carry and ankle carry. So,
yeah, nothing for those.
Yeah.
If you're looking for shoulder holsters, man, Andrew's Custom Leather's got to probably be the best place to go.
Yeah. So, and let's see here. You know what? I think let's segue a little bit and talk about. I've got like flashlight. I think we should get into right here. 2,000 lumens, Walter. Look at that. What? 2,000 lumens. I'm gonna unbox this right now for the people.
That's too big to be carrying around in your pocket, in my opinion.
No, this is not for a pocket. This is a weapon light. It is a weapon light, and you can get attachments. So there's something. Armory and Axes gave $2. Says Harry, make a brony holster for Hank. I think that's where he draws the line. So this is from Olight, and it's a conventional flashlight mount that we have, and then this is also from Olight, and it's the magnetic remote switch. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to open that up and show you guys. So it's a remote switch that you can put on a gun. So this light's probably going to be for something like, boom, here we go. Here's some Gorn for you.
Say put it on.
Wow, look at that. There we go. The X95 is up in here. This is my IWI X95 right here, and lots of places that I could throw a flashlight on this bad boy. So that's more of what that would be for. And I'm going to get into this right now. Richard Hughes gave $5, says brony holster for Hank.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. What kind of patterns? What kind of patterns can you put on holsters?
You can pretty much do anything. There's a little bit of limitations with the colors because you have to put it on like light gray, tan, or white Kydex. So you have to make sure the colors show up well, but you can pretty much do any pattern you want.
Okay.
You can do lots of custom stuff. We can talk about that later if you're interested.
Yeah.
But,
Well, it seems like these guys are trying to force me into some kind of crazy custom holster. I say we get one for Walter. Walter,
I think we ought to do rainbows from Walter.
Yeah, I think Walter would like that.
Oh, yes. Rainbow.
Now, listen, I'm opening this up with you guys because I have to do a video on this, but I like to do the unboxing here just because, it's fun. It's fun.
Bust it out.
Yeah, this is the Olight Warrior X, and I'm just reading from the box. It says redefine the tactical flashlight. The throw is 560 meters, max at 2,000 lumens. There it goes. Nice looking box. Obviously, it's got like a dude with a rifle on it.
What's it retail for?
There's a tactical dude. The Warrior X. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. All my pages are closed down, Walter. Thanks a lot.
That's right. You're limited to your abilities.
Yeah, I'll open it right now and tell you guys what it's going for. Okay. Lola already has a link out there for it, I believe. Or actually, she sent me a link. Hold on, let me see. I got to pull this link up that Lola sent, and then I'll tell you guys what. Let me see what's going on here. Just talk amongst yourselves real quick while I pull this all up. And Lola, I don't see the link. I don't know if she can even hear me. So don't see the link.
Rainbows for Walter, he would love it. Not necessarily.
Okay.
The whole rainbow thing. When growing up as a child, rainbow was a rainbow, right? No, it's a rainbow. No, rainbow colors, right? And then it was kind of co-opted, or it was kind of, kidnapped by certain groups. And now,
Lola, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Rainbow, it's not.
Yeah, I don't care about rainbows. Rainbows don't bother me. I'm not ashamed.
I love rainbows outside, but that's right.
Yeah, I think it's like $199 regularly, right? This is gonna go on sale sometime. $129. It's gonna go. Yeah, but it's gonna go on sale. Oh, for 45% off when? This weekend? Okay. So Lola says there's a link in the description. So it's usually $129. There you go. Just answering that. So let's go through it. It's $129 Warrior X, 2,000 lumens. I'm going to open it up now. I'm sorry, Walter, I cut you off. What were you talking about?
No, I was just expounding upon the rainbow thing, but
yeah, that you're not afraid of no rainbows.
I like rainbows outside. They're beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not really this, I'm not going to put on a dress. I'll tell you that.
Oh, well, I hope not. You got no ass.
Thank you, Walter. I appreciate that.
Okay. Well, you don't want to usually first.
Yeah. Huh?
You're usually the first one to fess up to that. So.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
But
I know.
Okay,
now
let me see.
You're more of a pantsuit kind of guy.
Yeah. You're trying to put me in categories with Hillary, I see. Okay, so there you go. So this is the box. I took the plastic off. That's how the box comes. They do. You know what? I like the packaging. It's got like a nice little magnet on it there.
Yeah, that's
Check that out. Yeah, all right. That's cool. Check that. Check that. Pretty awesome. Let's see here. Yeah, here. I'll lock it on me. So just so you guys can see it, we'll open it up there and we'll pull this bad boy out of there. Someone wants to know if this is the cross-dresser gun chat. If you guys want, hey, I'm good.
I want all. They need to get out and
yeah. Everybody's welcome.
Yep.
Everyone's welcome into the community. So there we go. We'll take that off. There's instructions and stuff like that in there. I'll put that off to the side. Inside, that's what it looks like. Right? Nice little container. That's pretty cool. Take that out. So there it goes, right there. It's got its own little pouch.
Storage.
Yeah, you can put that on a belt or something like that. So there we go. We'll take that out of there. Wow, that's pretty beefy.
Oh yeah,
pretty beefy. Let's let me open this up and put the battery on.
Archangel thinks Hank looks better in a leather mini skirt. How would you know that, Archangel?
Because he's spending time imagining what I would look good in. So Harrison, do you have flashlights? Like, I think flashlights are really important. Do you have flashlights around you? Okay, boom. See, he was ready. There you go. Look at that.
Uh-oh.
What kind of flashlight you got there?
This is just an old Surefire. It's a E2D, I think. Yeah, E2D LED. It's the old 200 lumen version. I haven't yet upgraded to, I think they've got a 500 now, and they've got a 1,000 lumen light. I'm a Surefire guy, but.
Yeah. Whoo. Okay, that's good. So there you go. I'm taking that out here so we can activate it.
Oh,
and it's one of these 3.6 volt 18650 18650. There's the battery.
Speaking of Surefire.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a big one.
M6 Guardian.
How many leads is that?
When the batteries are all fresh, this thing is like it's badass.
what lasts like 6 minutes?
Oh, full on? Yeah, probably if you just keep it going. But yeah, you can heat yourself up with it too when it gets
cook dinner. Seared steak.
Yeah, I did some swapping with Surefire a few years ago and got a bunch of stuff.
They make a good quality product. I've got this when I take my gun out of the holster, it's going to be having this or Surefire X300. This is what's my nightstand light set up right here. So.
Oh, cool. Okay. One of the things I like about the Olights are these. It comes with the USB magnetic charging thing for it, so that's pretty cool. That comes with this as well. So there we go. I'm gonna put this off to the side. I think it comes with a lot of cool stuff. So let's see. Whoa. Look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty bright.
Yeah. That's some serious light. Let's see what kind of light it's throwing behind. Wow. So look at that Hank Strange behind me there. Here, I'm going to take it off for a sec so you guys can see. So that's the Hank Strange behind me. Boom. Totally white that spot out.
Is that, are those serrations nice and sharp?
Yeah. Yeah. This is all like aluminum construction on there. Those are very,
move along.
Yeah. Those are very sharp. You can definitely prod someone on with it. And then, like I said, there's a ring that comes with that, and then a magnetic activating thing. I'll put that on this this gun that we have here. See if we can get that to work.
Is it TSA approved?
Is this TSA approved?
TSA.
I don't know, but
I take this on planes all the time.
Oh, okay.
You can get by with the serrations most of the time. I've gotten a couple funny looks. It's a little scary as much as these flashlights cost, but I've never gotten one taken. So.
Yeah, it looks like there's two different. I'm just messing around with it. Looks like there's two different settings that I could see here for the light, but I'll definitely mess around with it. It's got a clip and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty good. I'll put it on the gun thing here while we're messing around. What you got, Walter?
Speaking of holsters, this is an old U.S. military 1911 holster that my uncle got someplace. I don't know where. This probably was somebody's holster in some conflict.
You're supposed to say Lee Marvin carried it on the professionals.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, I need to get some conditioner and get it healthy again because it's kind of dry. So yeah.
And where did you get that from?
My uncle acquired it somewhere. And then he's no longer with the living, and my dad brought it back when he was up. Brought back some of his stuff, so he probably picked it up at a thrift shop or something like that. He was one of these guys that was always scrounging and finding stuff. So, probably some veterans got somebody died and they probably turned it to the Salvation Army or something. So,
okay, cool. Now, did you find someone? Okay, someone, what is this question right here? All right, serious question now. Has anyone ever dealt with or had a slide milled by Parker Mountain Machines or I&M Precision Gunworks?
Not me. I'm not familiar with those guys, but
no, me neither.
That doesn't mean they nothing, but
yeah, I don't know if anyone in the chat has. Harrison?
The Parker Mountain Machine, I've messaged back and forth with the owner a little bit on. I was thinking about getting my FN 509 milled, but then I heard a rumor about the 509 tactical coming out, so I ended up getting something else milled and went with ATI EI. But I've heard pretty good things about Parker Mountain Machine, and the comps they make look really cool. I haven't tested one out yet though.
Okay.
They seem to be really high quality stuff though.
Cool.
Okay. All right, Walter, did you find a taker for that little weird dragon thing?
We'll throw her up one more time. Anybody here? Magic the Gathering. This is number 12. Nicole Bolus. Anybody really into that stuff? This little
let me lock it on you right here. So let us know right now in the chat.
Funko Pop stylized vinyl figurines. Collect the entire line of the Magic the Gathering. Brand new in the box. Somebody wants it. Let me know. And don't. Well, you can do what you want with it when you get it. But anyways, yeah, here it is. Boom. I don't know the Magic, but I like dragons.
Yeah, I think there's some people out there who know about this.
Chris Bullis. I like turtles, Chris. Let's see here.
Yeah, Chris Bullis says, I don't know Magic, but I like dragons.
Well,
and Ohio Wolverine says, my kids love Magic stuff.
From this series or just Magic stuff like the poof, like the rabbit disappears kind of Magic or what? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down. My son would love the Magic the Gathering figure. S-Man 7290. Get Hank your info. It's yours. Boom.
Yeah. Go through the hankstrange.tv. Someone, Tango Hunter, says he'll put a bullet through it if you want.
Well,
and I don't think so.
There's always that tannerite option, but I'd rather give it to somebody that wants to use it for something.
Yeah. So by the way, see that? That puts this thing goes on there. There you go. That gets it on there. The Picatinny attachment that it comes with. So I'm just messing around with this all while we're doing it here. Okay, cool. All right, so we got that out of the way. We should probably look in Harry's Holsters. Who out there wants to get the box of swag from Hank Strange, Harry's Holsters, Safety Harbor Firearms? Let us know right now. If you're interested in buying something from Harry's Holsters, there's a code. Hank Strange gets you 10% off everything at Harry's Holsters. But this is all on us, and Harrison gets to pick who it goes to.
All right. I got a question before we get off too far.
Okay.
I know you get a lot of people asking you for all kinds of for a lot of weird guns and stuff. So like the Star BMs are on the market. Somebody probably wants a holster for them. What is the strangest that you get all the time? The same one you get over and over and over and over and over.
Probably the Beretta PX4.
Oh, the Beretta PX4. Okay.
That's a consistent oddball that I've gotten a lot of requests for, and I think Ernest Langdon's probably to thank for that, just because he's really been pushing that gun. But everything else, like I've gotten 2 requests for the Stars. I get a request every now and then for like the 2011, the Rock Island Armory 2011s. Some oddball stuff every now and then, but the PX4 is the only thing. I get requests for PPKs every now and then too, which is kind of odd just at this point in time. But how about this for the contest? How about everybody comment below their favorite old classic gun, something rare and exciting. I think that's going to be the easiest way for me to pick whoever comes up with the coolest.
Rare and exciting, your old gun. Let us know right now.
Handgun.
We'll see. Handguns. Okay, so you want to see, are you into old handguns? Is that it?
Yeah, I like old handguns. Any old semi-auto or revolver that is cartridge fired. I think that'd be really cool. And
okay.
I want to answer, I answered in the comments, but I just want to go over it again. Kettle 556 asked about discrete carry concepts clips. I actually carry those. And then for you guys that are not familiar with discrete carry concepts clips, they're metal clips that really they have a lot of clamping force and they hold really well to pants. There's a lot of design features that go well beyond what I'm qualified to talk about. But if you're in a fight for your life and you're grappling with somebody, things get hands-on, you can count on these clips to keep your holster on your body no matter what. I mean, they're incredible. I've done some pretty crazy testing with them. I've actually torn pants trying to get these off. So they're just incredible quality clips. Got to give Discrete Carry Concepts a shout out.
Okay. Very cool.
Luger. My vote's Luger.
Walter says Luger. There you go. Got lots of good ones coming in here. Someone said, okay, what is this? Let's see how many we got.
Come on, I need some more excited. There's a couple in here that are pretty cool, but I need something crazy, guys. Let's see some real gun geeks in here.
Well, let's shout out Harrison. Why don't you shout out the ones that are coming in?
All right, we've got Colt 1911. I mean, I guess we can give that a go. Kind of not really rare. Mosin Nagant pistol, 1903 Colt. Smith & Wesson 686. I'm not even going to consider that a complete classic from the era I'm talking about. RMR High Point. Okay, points for crazy. Colt single action Army. Webley. I like some Webley. I'd like to see some more specifics. I have a special place in my heart.
How can you go wrong with a High Point?
Colt Mustang. CZ52. Ruger P95. Not really a classic. Smith & Wesson 39. High Standard Government 22. Those are pretty cool. HK USP. Colt Official Police Positive. Colt Python Mark 23. P38. 90 Beretta 92S. 1903. Old Musket AT4. Lamat. I said cartridge revolver though. Red Ryder. All right. I know who I'm picking now. P35. Colt Anaconda. Walther PPQ. I'm going to pick S-Man 7290 for the folding trigger 1864 British Belgium Bulldog.
Okay, S-Man 7290. I don't think we've ever given anything to S-Man, so that's good. That makes me happy.
I just thought of one. I don't think anybody put it in a C96.
Yeah, the C96. C96 is cool, but it's still something everybody knows about. I was looking for those guns that.
Oh, okay.
Well, somebody did put broom handle Mauser.
Benjamin Austin says, "I have a steel frame High Point." Ha ha ha.
Yeah, really?
Was that what like the first high? When did High Point start making High Points? I would like to know.
Well, I think it was Walther Arms or something like that. And originally, it wasn't called High Point. It was another manufacturer. Then they bought that, I guess, and it went to the High Point name. Walther Arms, I think. You have to check that out. I never had one back then, but I always kind of watched that stuff. But now, look, he's got a High Point. Look at that. Ah!
Yep, is that a midsize?
Midsize. It's a 45.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, but that's not a full size.
Yeah, it is. It's a full size.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it is a full size.
Yeah, it's a big one.
45. Okay, very cool. Does Harry's Holsters make a holster for any High Points?
No, if you want a High Point holster, actually look up Hater Holsters.
Hater Holsters. Okay.
they're pretty. Their holster model is called the Mullet.
Nice.
That's like the malt liquor.
The mullet.
Oh, the
so
mullet.
Check it out. So look at this. Look at this, guys. Boom.
It's like the International Space Station. It was docking.
Yeah. It's magnetic. So the connector right there. And then see, you can hit it. You can hit it with the switch, with the remote switch over there. That's pretty cool.
Is now that they're so popular, the Canics, you do anything with the Canic?
No, I haven't really messed with those. I get a couple of requests every now and then, but there's a company called it's Blue Ridge Concealment, I believe.
Okay.
And they make really solid tooling, and I just refer everything out to them.
Okay.
For Canics, because they've got that market pretty well tapped into, and honestly, a lot of people buying those don't want to spend the money I charge or that company charges on a holster. They want a sub $50 holster.
Yeah. Razor JB said, "Oh God, I'd like to know what he said that about." Was it the Canic? What was that spurred that one on? Was it High Point? I'd like to know.
Oh, I think he was talking about the Hater holster, probably Mullet. Probably. I'll let you know later, Razor, but it's actually well done. If you were going to carry a High Point, the Hater holster Mullet would be the way to go.
Yeah. So okay. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. Okay, so S-Man 7290, you win the swag pack. What you need to do is get in touch with us through hankstrange.tv. That's our email list. Join and then send us an email. Tell us that you won, what day, etc. Send us your info, and we'll get that out to you. Walter, who was it that you gave that little dragon toy to? Oh, breaking up my guns.
It's a good.
They're fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Who was that again that you gave the dragon toy to?
I had to flip back to the things here.
All right. If you're the dragon toy guy who got the dragon thing, congratulations to you. Send us something through hankstrange.tv.
Yep. And I'll get it, and then eventually we'll get it out to you.
Yes, and you will get it. We'll get it to you. Lola mailed a whole bunch of stuff today.
I haven't mailed nothing.
Right, Lola? Yeah.
Giving it to me.
Oh, I haven't done any of mine yet, but I will. And I just got told because you haven't given it
it's
to
Peggy.
me.
Yes. Yeah. So Peggy.
And I'll real quick, the reason I chose the Webley Bulldog comment was my new holster, the Icon, the Revolver J-frame holster, soon to be LCRs will soon be available. The packaging on it, I actually put a Webley Bulldog on the packaging because that was kind of the first practical snub nose that people used to carry back in the 80s and such.
Okay. Do you have a Webley Bulldog?
I do not. I'll get one eventually, but it's really hard to find them in good condition. So,
yeah. Sam has a few of those.
Yeah.
Sam Andrews. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So we'll get that going here. Okay, let me see. I think we got a whole bunch of different things going on. I'll start to probably wrap this up here. Once again, I'm gonna let you guys know Harry's Holsters, the official Kydex holster, the Hank Strange situation. You're gonna Harrison, you're gonna be back on, right?
Yeah.
From time to time. Okay. Oh, let's see. S-Man 7290 says, Hank, I just sent you a picture of the Bulldog. Let's see. Uh-oh. Oh boy, yes he did. Check it out right there. Boom. He's got it too. He's rocking it.
Awesome.
There you go. Respect that. That's awesome. And anyone who's wondering how you could how did he just send me that thing? I'm always giving out my number. That's my number that people can text me on. And what is the number, Walter? You're supposed to know this number. Here,
well, I can't do my Sam Andrews voice because I don't.
Yeah, boom, there it goes. Here, I'll lock it on me for a second, and Walter will read it off. There you go.
The number is 1-352-251. I can't see it anymore, Hank Strange. 0048. There we go.
There you go. Yeah,
352-251-0048.
Yes, so you can hit me up. Anyone can hit me up on there. You just have to, like, when you text me, it's going to ask you to fill out a form so I know who I'm talking to. and then you can hit me up. And people do that all the time and send me messages and stuff like that. Show me their badass guns, you know. So there you go. And I will. Razor JB wants to know, Hank, on average, how many texts do you receive a day? It depends on if Richard Hughes is got that day off. Let me just start right there. Because if Richard is not busy that day, I might hear from him several times. But I don't know. People are always sending me messages through the night, day, whatever. When I go to sleep, I take my phone off. But I still see the messages when I wake up, so it's all good. You know, it doesn't bother me.
I heard something on the radio today that I guess there's people who, you know, they take their phone to bed with them or something, or next to them, and they text in the middle of the night and they don't even remember doing it.
Wow.
Folks, you don't need that. Don't bring your phone to bed with you.
Yeah, it's not that. It's not. Well, I take my phone, but there's a thing that you could put your phone in do not disturb mode.
The last thing I do before I go to bed is answer emails, and the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is answer emails. So
yeah, I mean, I don't take it into the bed, but I take it close. But you know, like one of my sons doesn't live at home, and I put my phone in do not disturb mode. So if like in that mode, if there's certain people that call you or text you, it notifies you, and then everyone else it doesn't. So I need to know like if stuff's going on.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of people are just, you know, just saying, "Hey, man, how's it going? Oh, I'm going good. How are you? I'm going." It's like, you know,
Believe it or not, usually like when people text me, mostly people like, I'll be honest with you, lots of people text me to keep me up with the news. Like, hey, this is going on, that's going on. You know, this. I think people aren't harassing me or anything like that. I don't notice.
All right, well, I'm not discouraging anyone from not texting Hank Strange, but
yeah. But do take breaks. Walter, on the other hand, ask Walter how many times he responds to my text. I gotta stalk Walter.
9 times out of 10, I don't hear it, my friend.
Yeah, the machinery.
Like I'm in the shop, you know, and I don't have it. Like even if I got it in my pocket, sometimes I'm doing something noisy, I can't hear the freaking thing go off. So it's like,
yeah. No, I understand. But look, it's a good way for people to keep in touch with me. If there's stuff you want to know about, like let's say, for example, you want to link to something, or you want to know how to support us, or you're asking some kind of question or whatever it is, or if you know that I happen to be in whatever town that you're in, or there's something going on, and hey, you want to link up with me or whatever it is, that's a good way to get in touch with me. So always happy. Once I'm up and running around, I'm doing things, or if I'm in here editing or something like that, it's all good. So no problems with that. And then if you want Walter's number, just let me know and I will give it to you for a price.
Dear.
For the right price.
Oh dear.
Well, Walter, if he does that, Walter, just do like Trump and set up an automated call.
Yeah.
Over firearms.
Yeah. You've reached the most awesome phone number. It's huge. It's huge, very huge.
But I'm not talking to you.
Yeah. You know what? I remember, this is totally random, and I am going to start wrapping up before Lola gives me the thing. But I remember when my kids were born, and I think you could still do it. If you have a kid that's born, you can actually write a letter to the White House, and they send you a congratulations on your kid being born thing.
Huh.
So I wonder how many people are doing that for Trump. Maybe we should all write in. Maybe we all just have some kids suddenly. No, don't abuse the system.
No, I want to write them a letter and tell them not to do any dumb stuff.
Yeah, exactly. No gun control.
Don't flex. Don't bend. You got to watch them before this year's out with this budget stuff, that they don't throw some gun stuff on the budget stuff.
Yeah,
that's the scary stuff.
Yeah. I would like a congratulations on the birth of my son, Colt 1911.
I will say this: I got to see I got to handle one of Donald Jr.'s guns at NRA show, and he's got some good taste in 1911s.
Oh, okay.
He does, but
it was one of his actual guns that he owns.
It was one that he had ordered and they had it there on display at the show, and there was nobody else around, so they took it out and showed it to me because I geeked out over some of the grips, and the guy, I spent 30 minutes talking to him on that. But
oh, cool. Okay.
It was, that gun got put away once the general public started walking around that area.
Yeah.
Quick, but
okay.
I wish I knew. I wish I could really talk to them and have an idea, because Trump's obviously not a gun guy, but I don't know how much sway his sons have over him in that area, because I think they are legitimate gun guys.
I would say no more sway than any man's sons have over him.
Yeah, I think that's a very good.
Yeah. So that could be a little, that could be a lot, depends on the occasion. Walter, how much sway do your sons have over you?
It depends.
Yeah,
you know,
depends.
If they're talking sensible, then it depends, you know.
Yeah.
But
same thing with
again,
me.
I don't have
What?
what?
2 Fiats because of 1.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it depends what's going on, you know. Sometimes it makes sense, other times it's just like bugging the shit out of me. So.
Yeah, what was that Peggy just said?
What did you say again, Peggy?
We have 2 Fiats because of 1 son.
Two Fiats, 1 son.
Because of 1 son.
Oh, yeah, we bought the Fiats kind of because of Will. So
the 2 Fiats. Okay,
yeah,
I get it.
Well, the Abarth, I actually wanted that, so
Okay.
But, yeah.
All right, cool.
My fault. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's it's not like gun control. Not like gun control whatsoever. Yeah. Don Jr., if there's something you can do to get the Trumpster over there to stay the hell away from gun control,
well, do his campaign thing where he said that, you know, that he was they had your back or something like that, or what he said. I mean, that he wasn't gonna do any things. I can't remember but I remember seeing this in one of those large rallies where he said, "Oh yeah, I got you." Da, da, da. You know, it's like, "Oh, we'll prove it then." You know.
Yeah.
We'll
yeah.
see.
All right. Cool. Let's start wrapping it up. Look, we're going a little late because we had to restart and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to start with Walter because we always leave the special guest, which will be Harrison today.
Okay.
Walter, what's going on with you? I know you can't wait to get out of here. I get it.
That was a real yawn. That wasn't a fake.
That's cool. I understand.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, what's that?
Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Parade and Safety Harbor Saturday, which Hank Strange will be coming down for be a special guest for us. We'll torment him, and he'll never come back again.
Yeah, isn't TUSC in your neighborhood?
I don't know. I've heard.
I think so. Yeah.
Pipe up a couple times, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, just working in the shop, making parts, working on the MP5, some more MP5K parts. Got the MP5 RS parts out, the anodizing. Just making stuff, getting ready for SHOT Show, which is right around the corner.
Be here before you know it. Be here before you know it. So, and then I think at some point we got a couple more days of still doing the show. We're like 3 away from hitting 300. I guess on Friday we're hitting 300.
Oh wow.
300 episodes. And then sometime after the show, we're going to take a little bit of a hiatus.
Well, we're giving away this thing on the 17th.
Yeah. So there you go. Boom.
I'll be here at least till that, and then who knows after.
Yeah. Yeah. And we might, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out timing because we're trying to get Larry Zanoff. It's a scheduling issue of whether or not we might have to get him in December because January is going to be crazy. So we may come back. I don't know how we're going to do it. We might come back for one day just to do the show with Larry Zanoff, right? Can't say no. Can't say no to that. That's a big gun guy.
This is Harry's Holsters thing. Will Harry's Holsters be wandering around at the SHOT Show?
I will be at SHOT Show, just going to SHOT Show. I'm not going to have a booth or anything, so
yeah,
I'll be my first year there.
Oh, really? Oh, a SHOT Show virgin then. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll go gentle on you. You can always. I'll be hanging out with Safety Harbor Firearms, so you can.
I'll have to stop by and see you guys for sure.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Come by. Yep.
Yes. All right. So that's from Walter. I don't know if he's got anything else to add. I do have the Stryborg adapter videos coming out soon.
Yep.
Probably throw that up on Patreon or something like that. So that's coming up.
We were getting ready to cut metal on the Strybog for the collapsible stock. So that'll be at the SHOT Show along with the RS1 and some other stuff. So yep.
Okay, cool. All right. And Harrison, what's going on with you, man? I know it's been a crazy show.
Yeah, got some new products I'm working out. The LCR holster should be out next. Working on some OWB and some light bearing IWB stuff. So hope to have that all out sometime in January. And appreciate you having me on, Hank. Everybody check me out on Instagram at Harry's Holsters and the YouTube channel, harrysholsters.com or Harry's Holsters. Subscribe. So
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on, man. I mean, I think, I'm looking forward to you coming back on and just hanging with us and talking to us about anything, but we'll, also getting some education on the Kydex.
Yes.
Getting deep in on the Kydex.
Yeah, I got to get better about how deep I go because I can go a little too far, or I got to find the right middle ground so I can hopefully help educate the people out there on that.
Yeah, I think the good thing is people let us know what you want to know, and then we'll help you out. Even if we're not doing the show, you can always ask us stuff, and we'll get answers from Harry. Or you can follow him on social media. He's on Instagram. You're on Facebook as well, right?
Yes, on Facebook as well.
Yeah, so there you go. All right, we will be back. We will be back tomorrow. Hopefully it's not going to be this crazy. Hopefully I get the internet fixed by then, but we'll be back. Thanks to everyone for hanging out with us and coming back in here twice over again. We appreciate it.
We had to do the show twice. Come on.
Yeah, Ohio Wolverine is saying there's something going on at I don't know whether or not that's true. Yeah, let me just look that up real quick before we go off here.
Headline news.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything. I don't see anything on my stuff, but it could be possible something's going on there. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah. Police investigate bomb threat at Facebook in Menlo Park. So there you go. Hopefully that situation gets resolved peacefully without any kind of destruction or anything like that. We'll definitely talk about it tomorrow. Thanks to everyone for joining us. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We're out of here.
Come on.